safety concerns, staff will continue to work closely with the Torrance Refinery Country and Southern California Edison to enhance safety systems and to address the public's concerns. If we could begin the workshop. The intention of the workshop, I might mention, is for us to give you a rather elaborate presentation of many factors to offer you an opportunity to ask us questions and probe those issues, and then for the community to have their opportunity to also respond, and hopefully then at the end to take certain actions that we've recommended to you. Mentioned before, tonight's agenda will cover comments by the Torrance Refinery, Southern California Edison, Torrance Fire Department, Torrance PD will provide opening remarks, we'll give you status updates, timelines of events, cover the safety systems, provide you a scope and overview of moving forward, arrive at a series of recommendations, and then open it up after questions from you and follow-ups by you to public comments. It will cover system modifications since the explosion, the restart and sale of the refinery from ExxonMobil to PBF, Southern California Air Quality Management District's request for proposals, California Accident Release Prevention, Southern California Edison's impacts on the Torrance Refinery, alkalization technology study from Norton Engineering, which is being covered by the Air Quality Board, review of the October 11th, 16th flaring incident and shelter-in-place activation, request for staffing support, and dedication to the Torrance Alert. And introduced tonight at Torrance Refining Company, Jeff Dill, PBF Energy Western Regional President, and Steve Speech of Refinery Management will be making a presentation. Southern California Edison, we have Paul Duco, Vice President, Transmission, Substation, and Operations. Speakers will be Chief Mark Macerna, Chief Mark Matsuda, Mary Giordano, David Dumay, Michael Smith, and Aram Shapari, Assistant to the City Manager. To begin then with a review of the incidents recent Torrance Refinery Company will be making their presentation and review by Jeff Gill, PBF Energy Western Regional President, and Steve Speech, Refinery President. We ask them to come forward.
Mr. Mayor, council members, Mr. Jackson, Chief Matsuda, Chief Serna, city staff, and members of the Torrance community. Good evening, I'm Jeffrey Dill, President of the Western Region for PBF Energy, including the Refinery of Torrance. I would first like to thank the Torrance Police Department, Torrance Fire Department, and the other city staff who responded to recent power outages and subsequent flaring at the refinery. We very much appreciate your support. I'd also like to apologize to you and all of the Torrance community, not only for the effects of the power outage last Tuesday, but the fact that this has now happened twice within a month. We recognize the impact this has on the community. It is not the way we intend to operate and does not live up to the commitments I've made to you in the past. We are working hard and are bound and determined to fix these issues so that we can live up to our commitment to operate safely, reliably, and in an environmentally responsible manner. I think everyone recognizes that the cause of these two incidents is rooted in the Southern California Edison system that delivers power to the refinery and to other areas of the community with this most recent incident. Nonetheless, it is the impact on the refinery caused by Edison that is a concern to the community, and it is incumbent upon us to work with Southern California Edison to fix these problems. There's no finger pointing. Edison has accepted responsibility for the recent incidents in the public announcement. We have met with them and discussed with them ways to improve the delivery of electricity to the refinery. Steve is going to walk you through some of the details of what we've been discussing. But we believe the long-term solution eventually leads to us turning into a more robust system within the existing Southern California Edison infrastructure. We understand other refineries in the Southern California area served by Edison have similar systems to this, and that's where we want to take the Torrance Refinery. We also, though, plan to pursue interim measures pending that long-term project to improve the reliability of the existing system while the new connection is made. In our conversations with Edison, they remind us that they are governed by the Public Utilities Commission, and there are concerns that their process, along with other permitting processes, can delay these projects. We pledge to them our support to meet with members of the PUC, any other agencies, or any other individuals involved in helping move these projects forward. We actually had a meeting this afternoon with AQMD on exactly these same issues, and I emphasized the importance to the refinery of improving the reliability of the electrical system to the refinery. There is nothing more frustrating and upsetting, not only to the community, but to the workers at the refinery, than to be on shift, have your refinery running properly, making on-spec products to fuel our economy, and have it all compression head. It is not a great evening when that happens. We are committed to making these projects happen as fast as we possibly can with Edison's support. Steve's now going to provide you some additional details on what I've just outlined, and then I'll come back and address the Norton report.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, staff, and fellow citizens. I'm Steve Steach. I live in Redondo Beach, and since July 1st, I've been the manager of the Torrance Refinery. I'd like to start on slide 3, the little refinery history. The refinery was built by General Petroleum in 1929 on what was originally bean field. There's been many expansions you can see over the years. Some of the key dates, though, are the construction of the HF Alpha unit in 1966, the consent decree, of course, in 1990, conversion to NHF alkylation, 1997, the ExxonMobil merger in 1999, and the PDF acquisition this year. This refinery directly employs 600 employees, 500 contractors, and indirectly supports another 10,000. It's a major taxpayer in the city, and also a contributor to the community, and also provides over 20% of Southern California's gas. Moving to slide 4. Since July 1st, we've been focused on changing the culture, and we've seen a dramatic change, I think, for the better. We've established a group that's dedicated to improving refinery reliability, and we began in January, prior to the acquisition, of reviewing the reliability programs in the refinery. We've learned some things since July 1st. Some of the programs are strong, like the mechanical integrity program. Some of the programs need improvement, like electrical reliability. We've been taking immediate action where necessary, and then planning for upgrades and future shutdowns. And we were able to operate over 3 months reliably with the power equipment skill. So before I talk about the 5 power outages that we had in the last month. There were 3 on the same day, so there were 5 total. I guess I'd like to give you a little bit of an overview on slide 5 about how we get our power from Edison. Southern California Edison has been supplying power to the site since 1907. We get our power from the La Friesa substation, which is about a mile to the north of the refinery. It's owned, operated, and maintained by Southern California Edison. The incoming voltage is 220,000 volts. La Friesa also supplies 7 other commercial customers and over 160,000 residential customers. The refinery has 4 dedicated transmission lines coming in from La Friesa that Edison also owns and operates and maintains. And Edison also owns, operates, and maintains much of the internal electrical distribution inside the refinery. We do generate about 1/3 of our own power. And very importantly, there are things that happen in the Southern California Edison system outside of the refinery that can and do directly impact the refinery. Moving to slide 6. The Public Utility Commission has standards for how long power failure should last and what we should be able to run through. And we meet these standards. Since September 18th, you can see there have been 5 power interruptions of various duration and drops. September 18th is typical, what I've seen in my career. It was a short duration interruption. We lost a few pieces of equipment. There was some brief flaring while we stabilized and restarted the equipment, and then everything was back to normal by the next day. In my 35 years of experience, it's been very rare that a power outage has shut down the entire refinery. Matter of fact, before this happened, I got to go back 25 years when I worked at Wilmington, and DWP was the supplier. So this does not happen very often. And we've had 4 such outages there, 3 of the same day, in the last month. And let's be perfectly clear about this. These outages all originated outside of the refinery in the SoCal Edison electrical system, and the durations and drops exceeded the PUC standards. And they caused the refinery to directly shut down. Our safety systems did work properly, and we were able to work with the Torrance Police and Fire Department to protect the community and quickly stabilize the refinery and begin a sequential startup. Moving to slide 7. Yeah, what's our plan to prevent Southern California Edison power outages from shutting down the refinery? That's one of the key questions. First of all, the plan has to include Southern California Edison because they currently own and operate and maintain most of the electrical system that supplies the refinery. We want to tie in to the Southern California Edison 220,000 volt system for more reliable power. We also want to take over ownership, operation, and maintenance of the electrical system inside the refinery currently owned by Southern California Edison. Since last January, that's well before we took ownership, we've been working directly with Southern California Edison on improving the reliability of our power system. In slides 8 and 9, I've added some information about flaring. Slide 8, the flaring immediately after the power outage is part of our safety relief system, which is essential for the safe shutdown of refinery equipment during a power failure. On slide 9, the flaring during startup was primarily excess hydrogen. Our units need steam to start up. Our large hydrogen plant produces most of our steam, so it must be started first. Units that use hydrogen take longer to start up. The excess hydrogen is sent to the flare. That's the only place it's currently piped up to go. And we flare the hydrogen until these units are online using the hydrogen. And this usually takes several days.